Ah, Loki. One of my favorite stories about him is the time that he tied his nutsack to a goat's beard and had a tug of war with it. It was all in order to make the giantess Scale laugh and stop seeking revenge against the gods for, let me check my notes here, murdering her dad, which, you know. And in fairness, Loki did cause the whole thing in the first place by helping her dad kidnap Idun and steal her golden apples of immortality, and the gods kind of had to do something about that, but hey, that's a trickster for you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right, Marvel Rivals. So, I don't really like the Marvel version of Loki very much. For most of his history, Marvel has basically just treated him as a generic evil supervillain who wants to take over Asgard because he's evil, and while the MCU version does get to be a lot better and more interesting than that, in no small part thanks to Tom Hiddleston, I just can't help but sit here and be like, he just doesn't look like a guy who would tie his nutsack to a goat's beard, you know? Ah well, at least they have made her gender fluid, that's something, because Loki does love cross-dressing and transforming into female horses and getting pregnant. Yeah, that was a hell of a story. Ask Odin how he got his horse sometime. Anyway, Marvel Rivals, right. The main thing that Marvel Rivals design for Loki is doing is going off of the scheming usurper of the comics. He's complete with a cape, fur-lined shoulders, crown-like horns, and of course, lots and lots of shiny, regal gold, because, you know, greed and avarice and coveting the throne and such like. It's very much in contrast with the much more practical, at least by superhero standards, and down-to-earth aesthetic of Thor, and for the purposes that it's trying to achieve here, yeah, sure, this is fine. Loki is long and slender and looks very tall, aided by the long cape and the loincloth and the flowing coattails. His enclosing mask and big shoulder fur pauldrons almost makes his head look a little bit too small for his body, which again gives the impression of lengthening his proportions, almost to an unnatural degree. And yeah, that works for a character who is very actively trying to be bigger than he is, as it were, and the very long and slender proportions are a classic visual signifier of someone who is slippery and agile both physically and perhaps with the truth as well. If anything, honestly, I think they could make him even skinnier than this. He still has the muscular physique of a consummate gym goer under there, still the implication of abs and powerful arm muscles, and I just don't think he really needs those. Instead, why not make it look like he's wearing a padded costume that just makes him look like he's really muscular at first glance until you look closer and realize, oh, it's a trick, because, you know, deception. For the purposes that it's trying to achieve, though, Loki is a fine design, and it works especially well as a contrast to Thor. So, sure, I'll sort that into B tier. It's fine even if it's not the Loki that I really want. The Loki that ties his nutsack to a goat's beard.